I have often been asked what separates those who achieve great fortunes from those who merely labor all their lives with little to show for it. Some say it is intelligence, others luck. But I tell you now, neither is the decisive factor. The true dividing line is timing, knowing when to act, and just as importantly, when to hold back. You see, a man may possess every talent under the sun. He may be skilled, diligent, and ambitious. Yet if he presses forward when the tide is against him, his efforts will be dashed upon the rocks. Another man, less talented perhaps, but more patient and more observant, will wait for the favorable wind. And when it comes, he raises his sails, and with half the effort of the first man, he reaches a prosperous shore. Timing is not chance. It is observation married with discipline. It is the art of waiting for the ripe fruit instead of shaking the tree when it is green. I learned this truth not from books, but from the very rhythm of industry itself. In business, prices rise and fall, demand expands and contracts. Men rush in and rush out. Those who succeed are not the ones who act with the most noise, but those who watch carefully, who listen to the faint signals others ignore, and who move with confidence when the moment is right. Let me give you an example. In the days of steel, many men hurried to invest in new furnaces, rushing to produce more than the market required. Their eagerness blinded them. They mistook movement for progress. When demand cooled, they were left with idle mills, debts piling high, and fortunes lost. I, on the other hand, waited. I watched the rails and the builders. I studied the orders of the great railroad companies. Only when I saw steady demand rising, when the signs were clear, did I commit my capital. By waiting, I risked nothing. By acting at the right moment, I gained everything. This same principle applies to every life, not only to men of industry. Think of the farmer. He does not scatter seed in the dead of winter, no matter how eager he may be. He waits until the soil is ready, until the warmth of spring promises growth. Then he acts, and in due season he reaps. If he mistook his enthusiasm for wisdom, he would waste his seed, and no harvest would follow. Patience is not idleness. Waiting is not weakness. To wait with open eyes and an alert mind is itself a form of action. Many people misunderstand this. They think they must always be doing, always be pushing, always be forcing progress. But such restlessness often leads to ruin. The wise man studies the situation, gathers his resources, and holds himself ready. Then, when the moment arrives, he strikes with decisive force. Now, how does one cultivate this sense of timing? First, by studying patterns. History repeats itself, whether in markets, in politics, or in personal affairs. Train yourself to see the cycles, the rising and falling waves of fortune. Do not be swayed by the emotions of the crowd. When others rush blindly, you must remain calm. When others are fearful, you must ask, is this fear justified, or is it the very signal that the moment to act has arrived? Second, discipline yourself against impatience. Impatience is the enemy of opportunity. Many men fail not because they lack knowledge, but because they cannot endure the waiting. They feel they must act now, though the conditions are not favorable. And so they burn their resources, exhaust their energy, and are spent when the true moment arrives. Third, recognize that timing is personal. What may be the right moment for one man may not be the right moment for another. Two men may look upon the same opportunity. One is prepared, the other is not. For the prepared man, the time is ripe. For the unprepared, it is disaster. That is why you must always be preparing yourself, building your knowledge, saving your capital, strengthening your character. The day of opportunity will surely come. The question is, will you be ready? I recall a young man who once asked me for advice on investing. He wished to buy shares in a venture everyone was speaking of. He feared he might miss his chance. I told him, better to miss an opportunity than to pursue one you are not ready for. There will always be another train. He did not listen. He poured his small savings into the scheme, and within a year it had collapsed. Had he waited, had he studied longer, he would not have been ruined by his haste. Opportunity is plentiful. The world is full of doors, but they do not all need to be opened at once. The great secret is to distinguish between the doors that lead to fortune and those that lead to folly. And that distinction is revealed by timing. There is also the timing of silence. Not every thought needs to be spoken. Not every plan needs to be announced. Words, too, must wait for their season. Speak too soon, and you weaken your position. Speak at the right moment, and your words carry power. The leader who knows when to remain silent and when to speak holds a command greater than the one who chatters without end. Let me speak plainly. There will be times when every instinct in you cries, now. Act now or be left behind. In such moments, you must ask yourself, is this impulse born of wisdom or of fear? If it is fear, it is no guide at all. The crowd rushes because it is afraid of missing out, and it is almost always wrong. If, however, your action comes from a deep, calm certainty, from knowledge gained by patient study, then act, and act boldly. In your own life, the principle of timing will apply to your career, your relationships, your investments, even your personal growth. There will be seasons to plant and seasons to harvest. Learn to respect them. Do not demand fruit in the spring or sow in the autumn. Align your effort with the natural rhythm of events, and you will find your power multiplied. I myself have waited years for certain opportunities. There were moments when I could have forced matters, could have pressed forward simply to satisfy my ambition. But I knew better. I conserved my strength. I watched. I prepared. And when the time was right, I moved with such speed and certainty that others thought me lucky. But it was not luck. It was timing. The great difference between success and failure often lies not in what we do, but in when we do it. A wise decision made at the wrong time is as ruinous as a foolish one. The secret is to combine wisdom with patience, preparation with courage, and to act neither too soon nor too late, but exactly when the moment demands. So I say to you, cultivate the art of timing. Watch the world around you with a keen eye. Train your ear to the whispers others ignore. Prepare yourself in season and out of season. And when your moment arrives, for it surely will, rise up, seize it, and make it your own. That is the secret of timing.